So this is supposed to be a quick video on ENYO. I'm getting questions about the heroes that you should send and how to beat the opponent. And if you look at my man in the middle here, Monk, he's going to take down the first two opponents without losing any health. The reason for that is because, well, it's not luck. I just enjoy the battle mechanics, and I want to share with you how you put a team together in order to make sure that you win for the next event. So if we look at the report to see what's going on here, what you can see is 11,500 troops going against us, not a single one's causing an injury. We can look at the next battle as well, and although they only send 8,000 troops, again, there's no injury. That's two players that have had a go, and they've not done anything worth talking about. So before we talk about the heroes that I've chosen for this, I want to talk about the troops first. So in Lost Crusade, we get 5 troop choices, and it's really simple. You've got the Vanguard Veterans, you've got the Dreadnoughts, you've got the Primaris, you've got the Predators, and you've got the Whirlwinds. And the way that they interact, it's a rock, paper, scissors game. So the Predators are really good at killing the Whirlwinds are really good at killing the Primaris are really good at killing the Predators. And then on the side, you've got this bonus game where everybody gets a damage bonus against the Vanguards. The Vanguards are the only ones that get a damage bonus against the Dreadnoughts. So if you see somebody out farming with just Predators, make sure you send a load of Primaris, you're going to have the advantage. If you see somebody with a mainly Whirlwind army, and there's a lot of those in our server, then you want to send mainly Predators, because they're going to have the advantage. The only way that one army differs from another one is the heroes that we choose to lead them. So if we have a look at some of the choice, the game's been out for over a year now, so there's loads of heroes that weren't available when I first started playing this. The first hero that everybody gets is Erinica. I consider that she's a dodge hero because she dodges, and you can see here 18.72% chance to dodge the attacks. If you have 3 of those heroes, you've got nearly 60% chance to dodge, or you're going to miss 2/3 of the enemy attacks. So the enemy needs an army that is 3 times the size of yours in order to take you out. And the only counter that we've got to go against the dodge are people like Seth and Ulrich, who bring the accuracy skill. And although we're still arguing with the development team about how that works, if you bring one of these heroes, you're going to reduce the number of times that the enemy dodges your attacks. So for this video, because of the way that I've started with ENYO, I'm going to talk about attack speed. Telion is the centerpiece of any attack speed build because he's the only hero that both speeds our army up and slows down the enemy army. But we also want to look at what he's boosting. So here we've got a boost to the Primaris. Primaris are they're really deadly, and they attack every second. So they attack twice for every tank shot that is taken in battle. If we were to combine that with somebody like Nyar, who slows the enemy by 24% at, I'm going to call that 5.5 stars. But he's also boosting the Primaris attack. So if we combine these two, there is a cap on attack speed. So the 24% slow the enemy, added to Telion's 27%, gives us more than 50%, but it is capped at 50%. So now we need a hero that's going to speed us up, because there's no point taking another hero that's going to slow the enemy down. We could take somebody like Adremus, who's going to speed us up by 26%, but he's boosting the Vanguard Veteran attack, and we really want to push these Primaris. So instead we could choose Sanguinor. Sanguinor is going to boost the Primaris attack, and he's also going to give us the additional attack speed. So if we add this 26 to the 27 that Telion gives us, we're not going to make you do maths late in the evening, but it's more than 50, so we're capped at 50%. So you've got to understand the turn order so that you understand how this is going to impact the battle. Now, I'm always making quick guides like this for our alliance. What you can see on the left is the normal turn sequence. So you've got the Primaris and Vanguard attacking every second. Then you've got the Dreadnoughts at 1.5 seconds. I kind of ignore them because they don't do much damage. But then at 2 seconds, not only you've got the Primaris and the Vanguard attacking a second time, but you've got the tanks attacking for the first time. So this is when the carnage begins. However, if we're going to use Adremus or Sanguinor, Telion, and then perhaps somebody like Njal or Tycho, depending on who you've leveled up more, we can achieve 50% speed up, which means our Primaris attack after half a second, not 1 second, and we slow the enemy down by 50%. So the enemy Primaris attack at 1.5 seconds, not 1 second, And you can see on the right-hand side that by the time the enemy Primaris are allowed to fire, our Primaris are taking their third shot. And if they're going for an entirely whirlwind army, for example, and again, there's a lot of players doing that, then we've been able to shoot 6 times before the enemy is fired once. So it's the equivalent of attacking with 6 times as many men just by using attack speed. So if we go back to see the ENYO report, this is where I'm going to reveal the heroes. What you can see I've chosen, I've not gone for the 3 attack speed hero choice because I'm expecting everybody's going to dodge. It's so overpowered, and you're going to see why in a second. But the enemy here has chosen 2 dodge heroes. Cordus at the beginning, dodge hero. He also boosts Primaris. Then you've got Cantor, who's going to affect the damage of my army and their army. And then you've got Erinica, who I've already shown you. She's a dodge hero. So they've got 2 dodge heroes. I've taken Telion at the beginning, who's speed. Then I've got Seth, who's going to help me with accuracy. And then I've got Sanguinor, who's going to boost my speed. But he's also got a neat little trick with a combo attack, which allows you to re-roll some of your attacks. So if we look at the step-by-step report, as I've shown you with the table, at half a second, my men start shooting. So the Eradicators are going to take out, it's a high-level Primaris, they're going to take out the low-level Dreadnoughts. So we've got 2 shots by them, and on the 3rd shot they miss. So this is where you're going to see how powerful dodge is. We've already seen that it only takes 2 Primaris Marines to take out 10 level 3 Dreadnoughts. So you'd expect 1 Primaris can probably take out 10 level 1 Dreadnoughts. But because they've successfully dodged, the game considers that nearly 3,000 Primaris have missed, because that's all I brought with me. I brought 3,000 Primaris. So if I'd taken an entirely Primaris army, I'd brought 12,000 Primaris because I was just super aggressive. Then, because of their successful dodge, my entire army would miss. But instead what happens is our Vanguard can now start attacking, because I brought some of those as well. So they'll start working through the low levels until they miss their first shot. And there it is. So we're entering the new time bracket now, 0.75 seconds. And you can see again, nearly 3,000 Vanguard veterans are considered to have missed, which is complete rubbish. But we've got the heroes attacking. I'm going to ignore those because they don't do much damage. And we've got the Dreadnoughts. So we've got 2,000 Dreadnoughts. Between them, they're only managing 250,000 damage. And they're going to kill 460 of the enemy Vanguard. This is why I don't get excited about Dreadnought attack. They're purely there to soak up attacks from the enemy. They're basically bullet sponges. So then we hit 1 second, and again, if you remember the table, this means that my Primaris and Vanguard are going to attack a second time, but we're also going to see the tanks start to fire. We've got the Predators here at the bottom that are doing 1,000,000 damage with a single turn to the Vanguard veterans. And in fact, I'm going to just sit on this bit for a second, because you can also see the Halo of Zeal, which is the Sanguinor skill. So we had 3,000 Vanguard veterans attack, and they killed 930, but because Halo of Zeal was triggered, we get to attack a second time in the same turn sequence. So going back to the idea of attacking 6 times before the whirlwinds fire, well, maybe we've got Sanguinor as well, so it's possible to hit up to 12 times before the enemy gets their first shot. But as we scroll through, what you're going to see is, if you're looking at this in more detail, the enemy only brought Vanguards, they didn't bring any Primaris, the rest were all Predators. So by the time we get to 1.5 seconds, which is when the enemy was allowed to start shooting if they had Primaris and Vanguard, there's nobody to attack me. They're all dead. And the only thing that we're now shooting at are the enemy Predators. So they're going to be taken out, believe it or not, before they get to shoot. And I'm really hoping that even if some of you got no interest in this stuff, it might start to reveal just how powerful attack speed can be. And if you can start combining this with accuracy or counter-attack, and you might even choose to put a dodge hero in there as well for defense if you're going up against a large team, you can start to build some really potent squads, and you're going to start seeing this victory sign more often. Now, it's the first video I've done for Lost Crusade. I don't really know whether this is going to be useful for you. If it is, please comment. If you want to know more information about different aspects, please comment, because it'll give me an idea as to what I'm supposed to do in the next video. If you click subscribe, then the next time I make a video, you're going to get a notification. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the game.